Looks like I got a friend. Look at that. Little Ninja 250. It's a guy I work with. One of the valet managers. Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I have another edition of my hotel happenings that I started doing. I didn't really start doing it. It was a video that I put on not too long ago. Well, it was probably a little while ago, about a month and a half ago. Basically told you guys about some of the crazy things that I've seen working in hotels. Most of the things that I've seen that are just completely and utterly ludicrous was shit that happened in New Orleans, which, I mean, really goes without saying. Obviously, I'm going to see some stupid ass shit happen in New Orleans because people go to New Orleans and turn into stupid motherfuckers. So 99% of the things I said in that video, well, I'm pretty sure all of the things I said in that video were things that happened in New Orleans. But tonight, well, last night, I had something else happen. Now, last night, at about midnight, this pretty little Asian woman and this white guy come, they check in, and the Asian woman is talking my front desk agent Jordan's ear off, talking his ear off, and asking any and everything you could possibly ask about the hotel. What are these paintings? What's this? How old is it? Blah, 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 blah. And so he finally gets the bitch away. And right when you walk in my hotel, about halfway through the lobby, there's like a grand staircase. Well, once you go up that staircase, there's like our tea lounge that we have our afternoon tea in. And that's to the left at the top of the staircase. If you go to the right, you see these two huge double doors, and that's the main dining room. Now, back when it was the Ritz-Carlton, that's where they had the restaurant. Big, huge open room with these really nice chandeliers that hang down. Now they don't use it as the restaurant. Now our restaurant is downstairs to the left of the front desk, but they hold events and shit in the main dining room, and weddings and whatnot and stuff like that. So nothing was going on in there, so the main dining room was pretty much empty other than one like circular like banquet table sitting in the middle of the room. So we're sitting downstairs, and one of the contracted services that we have is we have cleaners that come overnight, clean up the hotel, whatnot, clean the lobby areas and all the public areas. So she comes downstairs. None of them speak English, and she's like, "Amigos, ven aquí." So we follow her upstairs, and she says, "In there." And she points at the door, and we had seen them come up. I was like, I guarantee you they're in there. So instead of just going in, you go around the side through the banquet kitchen. There are all the controls for the lights in the main dining room. So what we did was, I was like, all right, no, let's don't open the doors. Let's go around, flick the lights on, then we'll walk in. So go up and pop all the lights on. So I pop all the lights on, and I walk in, and they had just hopped up and like pulled everything up. They were on the fucking table in the middle of the main dining room, fucking on the table 10 minutes after they had checked in. I'm like, really? Like, and to me, honestly, I really don't give a shit. Like, that's cool. You guys are crazy enough to check into a hotel, go upstairs and just go wild and have sex in this random room. That's cool. I understand that. I bet that was a thrill. I bet it was a whole lot of fun. Well, my job is still to tell you to get the fuck out. So I come in, and the girl, you could tell she was nervous and scared. She's like, "Oh, is there any art in this room? So is this the grand ballroom?" So she says, "Is there any art in this room?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Oh, is this the grand ballroom?" I was like, "What did it say whenever you walked in the door? Did it say grand ballroom on the door?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, this is the main dining room. She's like, oh, so there's like tables here most of the time? And I was like, can you take this upstairs? So they leave, they go upstairs. So they're on the 14th floor. They're in room 1408. So about 20 minutes after we tell them to go upstairs, we get a call from room 1406. Now, I don't even know why I waved to anybody anymore. I don't understand it. So, anyway, 1406 calls down, said that there's a lot of noise going on in the room right next to her. Now, the room right next to her is 1407. Next to that room is 1408. These are all park view rooms facing over Arlington Street at the park. So it's 06, 7, 8, and then our corner suite, which is 09. So, go upstairs with my security officer. As soon as the door opens for the elevator on the 14th floor, all you hear is do. Hey, hi, hey. And I instantly start laughing. Now, I had an idea of where this sound was coming from. So we had just so happened to get up there at the grand finale. So we get up there, hey, and then they're done. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, I'm not going to knock on their door because they were having sex. Like, they're allowed to do that in the room. Now, if I would have came up in the middle of it and she's like screaming and going all wild and shit, I wouldn't have had a choice but to say, hey, I'm going to need y'all to quiet it down. But when we get up there, they finish, so whatever. So right when we're about to walk away, you hear, oh my god, it's another room. It's not even her. It's not even 1408. So it's 1408, corner suite 1409, and then 1411 to going down the hallway. 1411 is next to 1409, so it's like a triangle. 08, 09, 11. So I hear that, but to me, I was like, I'm not going to interrupt somebody having sex. She complained about the room next to her. For one, the room next to her wasn't making any noise. It was the room next to the one next to her. They were just so loud, she could hear it. So 1411, the funny part is, we got me, my security agent, now my engineer is up there, and our bellman is up there, and we're all standing outside of 1411. And so we're up there like silently dying laughing. And the funniest part of this whole story was right when that girl, it was like two girls that live together when their cycles like line up. These two women, their orgasms lined up. Like it was literally pop goes the cherry and then pop goes the cherry right after that. So we're sitting there dying laughing. And the funny part was the girl starts talking all loud to the guy she's with. And she goes, baby, are you sure? I really want to do it for you. Please, I want to do it for you. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, what the fuck? So after we were up there for like 15-20 minutes just laughing hysterically, I was like, all right, well, I mean, I'm not telling anybody to be quiet. Like, I'm not, everybody's done. The fireworks are over. Let's just go back downstairs. Go back downstairs. 30 minutes later, 1406 calls again. I'm not sure if you guys call, or if you guys sent somebody up, but there's still a ton of noise coming from the room next to me. So we're like, what the fuck? So we go up there, and 1407 is talking, and you can hear them talking, but they're not talking loud. So we're like, I mean, I'm not going to knock on these people's door at 1 o'clock in the morning and let them know that, hey, you're not allowed to talk in your room. Like, these people are paying good money just like the other person is. I'm not going to tell them that. So right when I go to walk away with my security guard, you hear, hey, 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 hey. And I'm like, holy shit, 1408 is back at it again. I'm like, good God. Like, these people, I feel like this couple hadn't had sex in months for some odd reason. And then they decided to come to my hotel and just go at it all night. So they're going at it again now. And my justification to not interrupt their festivities was, okay, look, she called about 14:07. I'm not going to knock on these people's doors while they're having sex and tell them they can't do it. I already kicked them out of the main dining room. If they want to have sex in their room, that's on them. They're allowed to have sex in their room. So we just walked away. About an hour later, they come walking out, and now she's in the skimpy little skirt and this tiny little top, and he's in basketball shorts. Easy access for both of them. And they walk across the street and go into the park. Come back about 45 minutes later. I'm like, good God, this shit was crazy. I'm like, yo, these two were getting it in. It was nuts. I've had a ton of calls about people having sex and shit like that, especially in New Orleans with everybody getting drunk and whatnot. But last night was something serious, man. They were celebrating the 4th of July with their own fireworks, saluting their patriots. But I just figured I had to share that with you guys. Hope you guys have a great one. And as always, I will see you next time. Have a good one. Peace! Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Marriage Vlog Monday. So today, we like their gas more, don't we, Phoenix? We like Shell's V-Power anyway.